Hello everyone, and welcome to the State of the Art Conference 2020 Virtual College Fair. My name is Sue Reeves, and I'll be your host as we tour Aggies Elevated at Utah State University. Aggies Elevated is an inclusive post-secondary program for students with intellectual disabilities at Utah State University's main campus in Logan. And as you can see from the photo, it is very beautiful this time of year. We launched in 2014 with donor funds, and then were able to expand the program in 2015 with a TIPSIT grant. We have a maximum capacity of 20 students at any given time in 2 cohorts of 10 students each. Our admissions process is pretty competitive. Our acceptance rate is about 40% of all those who apply. Our credential is a 2-year Certificate of Integrated College and Community Studies. It's 4 semesters long, approved by the Utah Board of Regents as a vocational certificate. The certificate and the curriculum were approved by the Northwest Commission on Colleges and Universities, and so we are included under USU's accreditation. The supports that we offer to our students come mostly in the form of people. I'm the program director, I'm the full-time employee. We have part-time academic, employment, and social independent living coordinators. And we also have a small army of paid peer mentors. Each of our Aggies Elevated students receives 10 hours a week of support from the peer mentors. And the mentors are the first line of support. Whatever the student might need in terms of calendaring or keeping track of homework or learning how to do their laundry or whatever the student needs help with and asks for help with is what the mentors can do. Our mentors also facilitate our study groups, which are required for each class that the students take. Our students register with the Disability Resource Center for accommodations and have access to the Writing Center, Counseling and Psychological Services Center, any other campus student supports that other students can receive. Our students are welcome to utilize as well. Our first year students live in a typical dorm room setting, so 2 students per room, and then they're integrated throughout the dorm. We try to match up Aggies Elevated students with each other for that first year in that dorm room, depending on the distribution of gender, though, sometimes that doesn't work out. So they get a roommate, a random roommate like everyone else does. The mentors work with their students to problem solve roommate issues, which can happen and often happen. We do require a roommate agreement between the students and then a weekly roommate meeting so that they can head off the little things before they become big things. There are no additional housing supports provided beyond the RA or the resident director. Students have to be independent enough to be able to navigate this living situation. If your student needs a personal care attendant, that is an accommodation that needs to go through the Disability Resource Center. We do not, to be very clear, we do not provide in-house support staff for the students. Second year students often choose a suite style or off-campus housing situation. This photo was taken in the living space of one of the suites that the students lived in. We have several students each year choose off-campus housing as well. Aggies Elevated offers a core foundation set of courses for our students that were created for the program. The classes are open to any USU student, and we often get referrals from the Disability Resource Center. We found early on that many students didn't have the foundational skills that are necessary to be able to participate in college courses, and so we created these courses. In addition, the students are able to choose their personal and professional electives from the 1000 and 2000 level of the USU course catalog, which is the freshman and sophomore level courses, mostly anything that does not require a prerequisite, because the program is not really long enough for students to be able to get a lot of prerequisites for the upper level courses. All courses are taken for credit with audit or pass-fail options if the material is too difficult for the student. We do require study groups and tutors for every course that they take. They have weekly academic check-ins with our academic coordinator to make sure that they're receiving the supports that they need. And it's important to note that there's no in-class support beyond any accommodations provided by the Disability Resource Center. We don't have an aide in class with the student, a mentor or whatever that support person might be called. Students are expected to be able to go to class, get to class, and participate in class on their own. Our students take 2 semesters of career exploration and a career-related social skills class that runs concurrent with their first semester of internship. They do take or enroll in 2 semesters of internship, and those have been on and off campus, paid and unpaid. We do have job coaching as needed, and there's a weekly problem-solving seminar in addition to the career-related social skills problem-solving class to help them with the soft skills that are necessary to get, keep, and maintain employment. Our students do get an Aggie activity card, their Aggie ID card, and that allows them access to any club, organization, workout facilities, any activities that are open to USU students are open to Aggies Elevated students. Our student and mentor pairs plan regular social activities for their peers, and they invite all of their friends. So they're not, the event planning helps the students build those skills of communication and planning and problem solving. And then they invite whoever they want to. And these events have been known to be pretty silly and pretty fun, it looks like. I don't usually get to participate because I'm old, but they have a good time. Residence Life also sponsors activities in the dorms and the students are welcome and able to participate in those. We partner with our local Center for Independent Living, and so the students are able to join in those activities as well. They go to Comic-Con in Salt Lake City and a variety of other fun activities. We also have a weekly independent living seminar, and the topic for that varies depending on what's going on and if we need to problem solve anything. The students create a person-centered plan in their second semester. The My Climb plan, as we refer to it, it stands for My Career Ladder to Independence, Maturity, and Balance. The students identify their strengths, challenges, and supports, potential supports in 5 key areas. And then they create a PowerPoint presentation and invite their family or whoever they want to participate to this presentation. And they provide that information during that meeting in the second semester. They update their plan each semester as goals are reached and new goals are set. And then they create an exit My Climb for the last semester, in which they plan ahead for the next few years post-graduation. As I mentioned, we were a TIPSID grantee in 2015 and just received word that We were again awarded a grant as part of the Utah Higher Education Inclusion Alliance. This will allow Aggies Elevated at Utah State in Logan to expand our online delivery methods that we started in response to COVID-19 in March of 2020. It will also bring on board Utah Valley University in Provo with their Wolverines Elevated program in 2021, and USU Eastern, located in Price, with their Eagles Elevated that will launch in 2023. Aggies Elevated is a federally designated comprehensive transition program, so our students and families can complete the FAFSA. They're eligible to receive Pell Grants or work study funds if they are named eligible by FAFSA. Some of our students have received VA benefits to help pay for their education. Unfortunately, because our credential is not recognized and not an industry recognized credential, quote unquote, no VR support is available at this time. This picture shows our newest residence hall. This is Central Suites, which most of our second year students think is the coolest place ever. So that's where many of them live. Approximate costs in 2020 to 2021. Tuition and fees for 12 credit hours is about $4,000 per semester. On-campus housing and meal plan is about $2,400 a semester, depending on the dorm or the living situation that you choose. Central Suites is a little higher. And then the program fee specific to Aggies Elevated is $2,500 per semester. So approximately $9,000 per semester, $18,000 a year, and approximately $36,000 for a 2-year program. After graduation, I love this picture. It shows our students in the front row at the College of Education commencement ceremony. This is the largest college at USU in Logan, and it fills the basketball auditorium, as you can see. It is a pretty cool deal to watch them walk across the stage and get their diploma cover from the dean of the college. We have had 24 graduates to date from 2016 to 2020. Before the pandemic, we had a 90% employment rate at 1 year post-graduation. That, of course, has gone down thanks to COVID-19 and a lot of jobs being lost. But before the pandemic, our graduates were employed at or above minimum wage, part or full-time, depending on their abilities and their desire. A couple full-time with benefits, and the remaining 10% were enrolled in associate's or bachelor's degree programs unsupported. So that's a pretty cool thing. We have had to make some adjustments for COVID-19. We have a summer prep class that we always do online during the summer to help the students get ready for their freshman connections class. But this year we added some asynchronous parts to it. So they had the synchronous meeting via Zoom, and then they had other things to watch or assignments to do outside of that meeting. And they have become Zoom masters. It is awesome to see. At USU, masks are mandatory on campus except in the dorm rooms, so that's been a little bit difficult to deal with. The only available accommodation at USU for students who can't wear a mask is to join class by Zoom. And so that is an option for all of the classes that we offer. We expected to have 18 students this fall and only have 11 due to health and economic concerns of COVID. I am hopeful, hopeful that, you know, as time goes on, we can get back to a bit more of a normal situation, but we'll see. So I would like to invite you to send us your application. We are currently taking applications for 2021 admission. The applications are due on November 3rd of this year, and you can download the application packet from our website, which is AggiesElevatedVirtualTour/admissions/index, and that will take you to the application packet. The process will probably change a bit depending on the COVID-19 conditions. Typically, we review the paper applications, we do online interviews, and then do an in-person visit day. And that is what will be, we won't know until we get there. That's typically in early February. And then decisions are made by mid-February. So the FAFSA can be filed if that's something that people are interested in doing. So this is my contact information. Again, my name is Sue Reeves. My phone number is 435-797-1977. My email is sue.reeves@usu.edu. And you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Aggies Elevated. We have our website, again, AggiesElevated.usu.edu. And our hashtags are Aggies Elevated, Climb Higher, and Changing Lives. So that is the end of my presentation for you. Please join us Wednesday. In our Zoom room, we'll be available to ask questions during the live portion of the virtual college tour. So until then, thanks for watching, and I hope to hear from you soon.